Scott Morgan here, Michigan Sports Radio. Joining me is Coopersville boys varsity basketball coach, Pete VanKempen. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Scott. How you doing?
Good. Hey, we're just going to wrap up the season. Let's talk about last week's Friday game, the district finals.
Yeah.
Get your thoughts.
Played Muskegon at Muskegon. I thought that early in the game, their rebounding hurt us. And then when we kind of settled in a little, I think we had it to 7, 22 to 15. We got behind by quite a bit, like usual, first quarter. Cut it back to 7, 22 to 15, got a rebound, had the ball, and had a turnover, and then they made 3 threes in a row. Number 0, I don't remember his name, but he made a couple of bombs.
Yes, he did.
And that kind of blew. I mean, they got up 15, and we never really got closer than that. Maybe they were up 18 right then. Yeah, 3 threes in a row, 16, something like that.
Yep.
We hung in there. I thought we did a good job of hanging in there. I felt like we shot the ball actually quite well. A few too many turnovers that we hadn't really had all year. Some little rush plays here and there. We didn't shoot free throws very well in the first half. She could have kind of kept us a little closer. Thought if we could be within 10 or so by halftime, we'd have a chance, but we just could never really get there. I think we finished down 14 at half and 17 at the end of the third. We had a good third quarter, really. But, you know, their size kind of overwhelmed us. I think them playing at home helped them a lot.
Yeah.
I think made a big difference in how they play, how they played. But you know, not everybody's going to finish the year undefeated or, you know, finish the year with a win.
Yep.
And our loss happened to be in the district final against Muskegon. I would really I wish that's a game I would have liked to have played again. I think we could have done some things a little better than we did. But at the same time, you know, it's a great season. It was a fun game, incredible crowd, incredible atmosphere. It was really fun.
It was. It was a good time. Now let's talk about your whole season. You know, when we talked way back in the beginning to now, you know, give me your feelings on how this season went. Was it what you were thinking, or did it surprise you?
I think our team got everything they could out of their year. I think our team, we had a bunch of really close games. I mean, little did we know that probably our second game of the year against Byron Center, we won by 18 points, would be our biggest margin of victory, I think.
Yeah.
Until the Sparta game, which was our second to last game of the year, and almost all of them were single digits. Oh no, I think Spring Lake we beat pretty bad at their place, but I mean, all of our games were single digits, kind of down to the wire-ish games. The Hamilton game at Hamilton, we played really well and got out really big. They kind of hung around, but otherwise, I mean, every game was tight. We had to execute down the stretch, and for the most part, we did. I really thought our kids got all they could out of their season. You know, we lost to Kent in overtime, lost in a buzzer beater to West Catholic, but really, you know, in hindsight, when you look back at all the games, we did really well. I don't know if better than I thought is the right answer. I think our record is better than I thought it would be.
Okay.
I didn't expect that we would be able to compete against some teams like we did, and we did. And yeah, 15 wins, great season for this team, and you know, beat some really good basketball teams along the way.
Looking at it, Marquee Win, which one really stood out?
2. The first West Catholic game where I think that proved to our kids that we belonged.
That was a good game.
It was a great game. Again, way behind.
Yeah.
And gritty, gutty, everything that defined our team showed up in the rest of that game. And then I think the Grand Haven game, of course, at the end of the year. Before we played Muskegon, where literally, I would say almost literally nobody expected us to win that game. Except the 15 guys in the team and the 5 coaches and maybe somebody's mom. But I think I heard one dad say on the video near the end of the game, "This is unbelievable. I cannot believe this," over and over. And it's funny because, you know, belief is half of it.
It is
in sports, and just thinking you can win. And that's one thing I thought we did a really good job of this year, not as coaches but as players. Is once we got going, we started to believe in ourselves, and believing in yourself is so important. And that's why we were successful.
Yeah, the tenacity of this group impressed me the most. I mean, like you said, it did remind me, some of the state fans, but like a Wolverine, just attack, man. We're going after it. You don't care how low, what the score is. We're just going to continue to attack, and that's what impressed me the most this year with this team.
Yeah, we might have set a record for block shots against us in the last two games, Grand Haven and Muskegon, but that didn't prevent us from doing what we do. And the one thing, like, some kids get afraid of things, and I would say that our team, for the most part, is unafraid. It was unafraid, and it's kind of our team motto is that we're fearless. It's part of our chant we do after every practice. And there's a couple games where we had to pull at halftime. We go, "Hey guys, remember, we're fearless, right? You're fearless." And I don't remember if we won or lost those games, but the bottom line is that's how you have to play. Like basketball, if you're playing basketball with some kind of fear in your head, you're just not going to be good. In any sport, to be honest with you, you have to be fearless. And we were blessed with guys that played basketball fearlessly. And it showed. Like, it didn't matter what the score was. Like you said, the score could be, most of the time when we got behind in the first or second quarter, the mood on the bench was like, "We're better than this, let's go."
Yeah.
And I think only the first Unity game where we really didn't, ever get out of the funk we were in. Otherwise, even the Muskegon game, like, I thought we played pretty well. I think defensively we could have played better, but really overall I was pretty happy with how we played in that game.
Excellent. Like I talked with all the players and stuff, and asked them certain questions. And the one question I kind of want to ask you is, all right, you've got some of these younger kids that are coming up. What is your advice to them to get ready for varsity level?
A lot of things running through my head. Number one, practice is where you have to fail. Like, I had to talk with one of my boys this year who, before every game, would shoot from the exact same spot. And I'm like, "Why do you shoot from that spot?" "Well, I'm comfortable here." I go, "But this isn't the game. Like, you have to get used to other spots. You have to fail." And I think in our school culture, failing is bad.
Yeah.
In practices, failing is good because you fail and you get better. You learn from it. You can't dribble the ball very well with your left hand, so you practice with your left hand all the time. If an elementary student is listening to this, dribbling without looking at the ball, all you can. Middle school student listening to this, dribble without looking at the ball, all you can. Shooting is interesting because, especially for boys, they mature so late. A boy coming in as a freshman can be trained to be a good shooter by the time they're a senior because they get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger.
Right.
Play basketball without fear. There's a fine line between bravery and stupidity. We've heard this a million times, right?
Yes.
And that's what we have to train our players. Like, okay, that was brave, that was fearless, that was not smart. Like, okay, we got to find the line between that, and ride it. Like, literally ride right on it the whole game. And I think be able to do that. But honestly, basketball's a skill game. It's a game of skill. And so developing your skills is number one. Always is. There's always room for a skilled player. Everything else can be taught. And if you can't dribble, then you got to wait for somebody to throw you the ball all the time. makes basketball not as fun.
Yeah.
And so, that's what I would say more than anything. Like, learn to play without fear, fail in practice, and be skilled.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Like I said, for all season long, being able to sit down and talk with you all season long and get your thoughts. And like I say, we wrap up this season. Good luck in golf, boys. And then we'll see you in fall.
Yeah, I'm just a JV coach, so I can, can sit back and not count wins and losses. Would be kind of nice. Count improvements.
Nice.
It'll be fun.
Exactly. Then we'll see you in the fall out there in the golf course when you're doing the girls.
That's right. We'll see you. We'll see the Scott Morgan Golf League out there.
You got it. We'll be
Tuesday
out there.
nights,
Tuesday
right?
nights,
All
yeah.
right, Tuesday nights, yeah.
Having all sorts of fun.
I
Thanks
bet you
again, Pete. I really do appreciate it.
No.
Best luck, man.
Appreciate you, Scott. Thank you.